Hello and welcome to another episode of the Smash Accept podcast. I'm your host, Michael Royer. You can find me on Twitter at DynastyDadFF. Joined as always by my main man at FF Snoog. And we had so many comments about Snoog's hair the other day without a hat. I had to go get my fresh cut there, trying to keep up with the Joneses per se. And joined as always, it's Trade Show Tuesday. And we got the Brock Lobster back in the host chair. Sean T did a great job. He almost got us those 50 super chats. I said, there's often imitated, never duplicated. The Brock Lobster on the Trade Show Tuesday is a staple.
I appreciate it. Sean did a great job. I watched the end of that trade show. I had some stuff going on. He fills in perfectly. It's seamless the way he's kicking stuff to you too. It's good to know that we got 4 people on here who can pick up maybe when someone's not able to make it. But I'm feeling great. That startup that I started with the Smash Accept Satellite League, we just finished drafting 2.5 weeks later. Nice. So it's just so good to finally be able to see teams and just click on it and not have to go into the draft room and see, what moves do I want to make? It's now everything's laid out. So excited, man. Dynasty's in full swing and happy to be here, boys.
Dude, I absolutely love that. And the one thing that Sean does that, Brock, I mean, we got to get you to step your game up. He gets a celebrity to come on every week, and Rob Lowe jumping on the show last week, that was huge. But let's kick this thing off right off the bat. No better way to do that. It's summer. Like, it's 95, 98 degrees here in Pennsylvania. So we're going Jolly Rancher watermelon. I mean, Snoog, is there anything better than watermelon on a hot day? You just get that watermelon out, you chop it up, and sit poolside. I mean, this is the way to go. Let's start the show with some fire.
Man,
I'm really excited.
All right, trade one here coming from King Tomb and Will Bacon, and this is a Smash 21 league. All right, so let's look at this one. 0.75 tight end premium and 0.25 point per carry. We got one side, Bucky, Bowers, Chuba, Michael Mayer. Other side is Bajal, Tootin, Jahmyr Gibbs, Snoog. Let's start it up. Kicking here over things to you. Are you in this league or is just Dad in this one?
Just me.
I'm not in that one. So the way I break this down, you can go ahead and throw Michael Mayer out the window. It doesn't matter. When I'm doing deals like this, a Chuba Hubbard really doesn't do much for me. So the way I'm really looking at this trade is Jahmyr Gibbs and Tootin for Bucky and Bowers. It's a 0.75 tight end premium, but it's also 0.25 point per carry. So that's what makes it interesting here. But I'm Dad, we've done a couple of shows lately. Bajal Tootin's made every single one of them. I think there's a really good chance that he can get close to Bucky in value, if not with a big breakout year. Flip Bucky in value if Bucky kind of has another stagnant year. So I'm hashtag always Jahmyr Gibbs. You know what side I'm going with there. You have to take him in 0.25 point per carry. I don't think any single player other than like Josh Allen and maybe 2 QBs will outscore Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson in fantasy football this year.
I don't know, man. 0.75 tight end premium. Like Buck, looking at Brock Bowers, I mean, he's up there, right? When you look at players, I'm with you because Gibbs is another level. I mean,
and it's 0.25.
I do think Bucky and Bowers is really close to Gibbs. I slightly lean Bucky and Bowers over Gibbs. But I honestly, Chuba and Mayer is not even close to Tootin. Like, if I have Jahmyr Gibbs, you're going to have to give me that whole side. Tootin can't be involved, and I think sometimes when we do trades like that, people just don't want to go in, and I think the original deal here, he got the Bucky and Bowers side. And it was, I think we ended up adding Bucky into the deal because I think it started out where it was literally because both of these guys, what's great when we have Smash Accept leagues, and I can't wait to play with some more of you guys. I mean, we got Smash Accept 23 is drafting in 4 days, Snoog. So we got that Jordan League. But what I love is both you guys are coming at me like, should I make this trade? What do you think of this trade? And I was like, this one started out just Bowers for Gibbs, and I think we tried to work both sides to make it a little bit more fair. And I think both sides came out with it pretty happy. It's an absolute banger. Everybody in the league, there's nothing better when you do a great trade where everybody in the league, you see all these gifts, you see all the reactions, the eyes, the clowns, the poop emojis, all those ones where you're like, it gets the league going again, and nothing better than a good trade. Nothing better than being able to get into Smash Accept 24, Brock.
Yeah, we got another Smash Accept league coming out. Dad just mentioned 23 is going to be drafting here at the end of this week. 24, we're going to do our standard 10, 20, 30 with a VIP month for the Patreon. And then if we do hit 40, we're going to be giving away another spot in that Smash 24. It's probably only got, a couple people in there. The next few weeks we'll be giving away spots you want to go ahead and get into this one? What's 24, Dad? What can we make that one?
It's the Ken Griffey League, we
the
were going to call it
League.
Kobe,
Swingman.
but I was
it.
like, no, we can't do it. Kobe's 8 for me, but with the Griffey League, I'm for it. Get all the GOATs out there. We missed out on the Tom Brady at 12, but we'll get through there. So let's move on to and by the way, I'm the only one in there right now. I'm just sitting in there.
Oh, it's just you.
somebody come play with Dad. Let's get it done.
Love that. We'll hit a first 5 here on the show sheet, then hit the super chats. They're rolling in here. This one from Corey Payne, submitted through Twitter. We got one side with a 10-team league. We'll preface Garrett Wilson, Amarian Hampton, and a second next year. Other side, Gibbs and Alec Io Manor. Dad, what do we think here?
Well, you could throw Io Manor into the manure, and we're done with that. I'm not. I'm just done with it. Hey, I'm having a good time tonight.
It's a manure sandwich.
Yeah. I want Gibbs. The second's not enough to move me. He did preface that's a late second. I love Amarian Hampton, but in a 10-teamer, I think I can replace Garrett Wilson cheap enough that I want Gibbs. Gibbs is going to outscore Hampton by probably 100 points. I think I can get something where close enough. It's not a bad trade, but in a 10-teamer, it's all about your studs, and I think Gibbs is literally we're going to see this on the first 5 trades here, guys, as people are trading Jahmyr Gibbs, Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors. Don't get bored in Dynasty and just try to make a deal to get it done. I would rather have Gibbs and like a Mike Evans type than what we have here with Hampton and Wilson. And I know that might seem crazy to some of you. Snoog's muted because he got so excited on the last one. So I'm going to go ahead and say what he says. Hashtag always Gibbs. Snoog, can't hear you at all. Brock, can you hear him?
I cannot.
Nope. Brock, you're going to have to jump back in, but I'll answer that one for him. It's Gibbs. Let's move on to trade number 3. Let's see if we can get you back in here, Snoop.
All right. Trade 3 here from L. O'Connor, 15, submitted to the Discord. Got one side with Nico Collins and a 2027 first or Malik Neighbors, Dad. Does it matter where that first ends up? How are you viewing this?
Yeah, it does. I'm always for Malik Neighbors. I think Malik Neighbors, I'm higher than I think anybody. I have him as my Dynasty wide receiver 4. I have him in that tier with the big boys because that's what I really feel about Malik Neighbors. I think he's going to be bounce back in a major way with Jackson Dart. I even did an article today about year 3 breakouts. I mean, we saw it rookie year, last year, unfortunately, with the injuries. If it's late, I think you absolutely smash this trade, right? If it's mid, I think it's fair. And the only way you win on the Nico side is if it's early. And I mean, when it's early, I'm talking 103, 104, because you're going to want to replace that. I mean, Nico Collins is great, but the age gap between these two guys is a solid, what? I mean, Nico's 20,
probably 4 years,
27, 28. And I think
probably 4 or 5 years,
22. Yeah. So yeah, it's a 4 or 5 year gap there. So I would ask Snoog, but he's still in limbo over there. So we're just trying to, Snoog, why don't you leave and come back? All right. Yo, this is a new look here. You know what I mean? Like we got both of us here. We might even try the vertical set, be like, yo, how's everybody doing?
Too zoomed in. That's too zoomed
in.
It's
you can't do that for Brock. He's
I can't do the zoomed in one.
You got the beard going, you got the flow in the background.
Flow going.
You're looking good.
And in your background, for the first time I'm seeing live, the Josh Allen jersey. That thing is like absolutely sick. So sick. Snoog and Boot.
Shout out to
and your girl Snoog. Did a great job. Yeah.
Snoog, you back?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. We're good. We got you. All right. Little technical difficulty there. Sometimes Snoog gets so excited about Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't know what goes on over there on his computer, but stuff starts to crash a little bit. So let's get back to trade 4.
Someone called me on my phone and connected to my laptop, and it switched and it messed up my mic. Yeah, so I put my phone on D&D.
All right, well, this one's coming your way, Snoop, from Jake Cuddy 123. We got one side Pickens, Judkins, 2 of your boys there, and a late 27-1. Other side is Jamar Chase. What do we think?
I never sell Jamar Chase, a Bijan Robinson, and Jahmyr Gibbs, but when you're getting 2 foundational assets and a 27 first, I'm taking it all day long. Give me the Judkins side.
Yeah, if that first isn't there, I'm not doing it, though. Pickens and Judkins isn't enough.
Got to be a first.
And it has to be a first. I would like it to be a mid first. My question for this, for Jay Cuddy on Twitter is like, when you make this trade, do you have to make it right now? You're like, what does your team look like? Because what I end up looking at this is like, Okay, there's rumor out there of George Pickens getting traded to the Saints. I just saw it. It's literally Kalshi has it at 50-50 for trade bets, which when you follow Vegas, you start to understand like 50-50 is pretty dang crazy. Like, and the way Kalshi operates is if you bet $100, you know, it's like, and it doesn't go, you get it. You know, like it's crazy. So if he gets traded to the Saints and becomes in a crowded, muddled room of 3 people, Jamar Chase wins this trade outright. If he stays with the Cowboys and he re-ups his contract, I think Judkins is the most stable piece here. But I mean, a lot of risk on that left-hand side. So I'm sticking with Jamar Chase unless I'm 1, rebuilding and ready to cascade, or 2, that it's like 12, 14 team where I really need to build out some value. But I understand what Snook's saying there. It's just when it comes to a Jamar Chase, you got to pay that tax. There's that stud tax. And for me, I want 20% more than market value, you know, like a used car salesman, which I've been trying to buy used cars and they still act like they don't. They try to act like people don't know market value anymore. Like it's the last part of American culture where you can just try to charge whatever you want, you know?
Yeah.
Craziness. Crazy.
Dad, I was going to say, we've been doing so many rebuilds and rosters and roster reviews on the roster review show. And that almost feels like the type of trade you only do when you have one of those crapshoot rosters where you have like nothing and you really are like stuck in this, you know, rebuild phase with no assets. And it's like, give me 3 really good foundational assets for 1. And that's when you make a move like that.
Yeah. But I mean, on the other side, it's like I have rosters where I have Judkins is on my bench, Pickens is on my bench, and that late 27 first. I mean, Jamar Chase's don't come around often. I think it's Chase, Bijan, Gibbs, Bowers, Neighbors. There's that group of maybe 5 or 6 guys where you're like, you're going to have to come correct. But I get you. There's no problem with that trade, especially what you can do with it afterwards. You flip Pickens for 27 first plus. You flip Judkins for a 27 first plus. Next thing you know, you have 3 27 firsts and 3 assets that you can do something with if you're trying to build it out before you build it up.
Yep. MJ fit here with the next one. We got Neighbors 104 or Chase 109. Snoog, what do we think?
Give me Neighbors. Neighbors is a guy that you're going to be seeing on a lot of our YouTube shows moving forward. Any sort of discount you can get with this double surgery he ended up getting, I don't care. He's elite. He's generational. He just had a 170 target season as a rookie. He was going to have a ridiculous sophomore year before the injury. So it's always Neighbors, and you're getting that 104, 109 gap. That could be the difference between Tyson or Lemon or Mendoza versus Kenyon Sadiq, which to me is a first plus.
Brock, I love that we do 5 trades now because the super chats are just flying over there. You know, they're absolutely ripping. But I think the gap between Neighbors and Chase is a 27 first. If I'm not all in, I would take any 27 first. Is the gap between 109 and 104 a 27 first? Probably. You know, if I'm dealing Chase, though, I want another second on the other side. Like, I think Chase is what we want Neighbors to be. Snoog and I are both wholeheartedly believe that he will become the next Jamar Chase, that in 2 years he's going to be the Dynasty wide receiver 1 overall before Jeremiah Smith supplants him. It might be like the shortest, you know, best ever kind of thing, like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander getting the MVP trophy and then the rest of the league realizing Wemby's the face of the league now. Brock, did you see him hit it from the logo, man?
Yeah, like, I was watching that live last night.
Crazy. From the logo, that was wild. Anyways,
crazy.
I'm with Snoog. I want the Neighbor side, but I want him to come correct. I want him to give me another 27 second. And I think you can. If you're giving up Jamar Chase, you always want to get that. So 19 super chats to start. So we're already almost into the territory. We're going to give away not just 1 VIP month of the Patreon, but 2 plus a rookie guide. Let's start cranking through these, brother.
All right. We got B Person K coming here through with the first one. He said, all in team, would you do Lemon for AJ Brown or do you need a plus, Dad? What do we think?
I want a little bit more than AJ Brown. I think Lemon, as young as he is, AJ Brown's a guy I'm buying everywhere. I've been sharing it with Snoog. I've been putting it on the shows. I've been putting it in insulation shows. I'm buying him everywhere because there are more than options than just the Chiefs now. Or I'm sorry, I just said it by accident. There are more options than just the Patriots. He could go to the Chiefs. He could go to the Jaguars. There's a lot of teams that are talking about trading multiple, flopping wide receivers that are there. So you give me AJ Brown in a second, and I'm going to take it if I'm all in. I don't think it's the type of trade that burns you too bad. But Snoog, you've been much higher on Mekhi Lemon. I mean, I probably wouldn't do it that way if we were talking Jordan Tyson. So maybe I shouldn't be that high. But I want AJ Brown wherever I can. I don't think Mekhi Lemon's going to put up wide receiver 1 or probably even wide receiver 2 numbers as a rookie.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough thing to kind of go about here. I'm not trading Lemon anywhere. Like, I've drafted him. He's staying on my rosters. I feel like this is how you get burnt really bad when you give up a 21-year-old elite prospect who was a first-round pick for a 29-year-old wide receiver, 28-year-old wide receiver, whatever the friggin' age is, same thing. But, you know, you're banking on him going to the Patriots or one of these elite situations. If he goes to the Jaguars, I think that's disgusting.
It was
I
for
honestly
BTJ.
don't love it at all. Yeah, I still don't love it. It's Patriots, Chiefs, or bust for me.
What if he stays?
Traded.
Then
Bills
Lemon's not even close to AJ. Oh yeah, I don't think that's happening. But in this particular trade,
I think regardless if he stays, I still take Lemon.
I want another like Josh Jacobs, and I'll throw you a second, or I want a running back. Like I want something else that puts me over the top. So I would not do it that way. I would trade my 27 first if I'm a contender. I would rather trade my 27 first than Mekhi Lemon. I mean, today I did my combined 26, 27, and 28 wide receivers. And between the 3 classes, Mekhi Lemon's still wide receiver 4 or 5. So or 5. I have him as 5. You know what I mean? The 3 wide receivers in this class are really good. Don't let anybody talk to you any other way.
All right. Tyler Drope here with the next one. Appreciate it, Tyler. He said, phone is fully charged and ready for the trade show. Love that. For a non-super flex league with no tight end premium, half PPR, and a rebuild, would you take London, Laporta, Aaron Jones, or Bucky, AJ Barner, Terrence Ferguson, a mid to late 28 first, and a 27, a late third? Love the content here. Dad, you want to start canceling out some pieces here? Looks like maybe just London, Laporta, Aaron Jones, or Bucky and a first, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking London here all day. I mean, first off, cowbell to you. I messaged you. He messaged me on Twitter. He asked me a question, and I'm like, you know, you get a screenshot sometimes. You see the iPhone's on dead red. I was like, first off, charge your phone. Second off, join us tonight. So Tyler, thank you for that. I mean, London's worth more than the entire second side. And then if you're rebuilding, then take Laporta and flip him for a first. You know, and even maybe take London and try to trade him for Egbuka, Tyson, Lemon, something like that. But you want to build it around wide receivers. I don't mind trading a late 28 first in a rebuild to get yourself to a wide receiver that's going to be a clear difference maker like Drake London. I keep seeing all these Drake London hype videos with Michael Penix Jr. Penix Jr.'s mechanics look phenomenal. Like he's been working with some gurus. He does not look like that long, drawn out throwing style now. He looks like he's getting the ball out quickly. So maybe Tua in town has sparked him to be a little bit more productive and get it out.
Yeah. Prism here with the next super chat. He said 2 mid 27 firsts, Jordan Tyson and a mid second, or Jamar Chase and Terry McLaurin contending team. Snoog. That's 3 firsts. Well, Tyson and 2 firsts and a second, or Chase and Terry. What do we think?
I think it would need to be Tate or Tet or someone like that for me, a Garrett Wilson for me to do this trade. Tyson's not quite getting me there, but it's close, like market-wise. If one was locked to be an early, I would consider it, but 2 mid, I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, Tate, I would do it. And that's where I'm like, let's get that 27 second. Let's make that another first, or make that his 28 first. And then let's really, I mean, if you're a contender, you're not trading Jamar Chase. So I have no problem going out and buying Jamar Chase with this. It's just a matter of, you know, if you're getting Jamar Chase, you go win the championship. Prism, it's good to have you back on the show. It's been a while. We were kind of looking at that from both sides, but Snoog hit it on the head where he was talking about we're not doing it that way. If you're taking Tyson plus a couple of firsts, you're hoping somebody becomes a Jamar Chase, and Jamar Chase is going to be elite for the next 3 to 5.
Yep. We got Jackson here with the next one. Appreciate it, Jax, for the love of the game. Can never go wrong. Appreciate you sliding on through. E-Rock here with the next trade question. He said he traded Ladd for a 2027 projected top 4 pick. Dude, I got the pick from, finished 29 out of 31 teams. Any issues? Absolutely not. You're going to get a top 4 pick for Ladd.
Is this a 32 team league?
It sounds like it.
Oh, those are crazy. Those
top
are crazy.
4 pick, and those are crazy.
I mean, yeah, it's a top 4. I mean, I would trade Snoog in this year's class. I wouldn't trade the 106 for Ladd McConkey. That's my line. 107.
I think 106.
106 is really close.
Yeah.
In next year's class, 107. I think Ladd McConkey, unless he comes out and blows the roof off, which he could in this offense, but I think Ladd McConkey's not worth a top 4 pick in either year. Maybe not even maybe more like
he's
2028.
Yeah, he's probably like 108, 109, and 27 for me. 106, 107 this year. Yeah, that's right.
All right, next one here. I'm going to take a page out of Dad's book. Reed Drizzle here with the next super chat. We got Reed Drizzle coming through. He's asking, with the Rice news, is BTJ in a second good value? So, Dad, we all saw Rice. Was it 30 days in jail he's going to be in? Going to miss OTAs, mini camp, but should be back for training camp. Does this change anything for you from a redraft / dynasty outlook?
So not from redraft at all, because what's going to happen is he's going to get out of jail. He's going to be absolutely fine. And I mean, historically speaking, these kind of things it's literally, it's not 2008 anymore. It was marijuana, guys. Like, it's not that big of a thing, but at the same time, he was under parole, right? So like he's might get a suspension. If he does, it's going to be 4 or 6 games. Redraft, I think he's going to be fine. Dynasty, this is a kick in the pants. Like this says to me that the Chiefs are not going to sign him long term. Who's going to be, he's the new age Josh Gordon. Like, what are you going to do here? Do you want to make that significance? Because he was looking for JSN type money, and he's been phenomenal. Then you look at BTJ on the other side. Man, I keep seeing rumors for BTJ getting traded. But if BTJ is on the Jaguars, I'm keeping Rashee Rice, as crazy as that sounds. And that's where we're at. If BTJ gets traded, and there's been rumors to the Rams, there's been rumors, I want to say the Patriots, but I've seen the Rams, and I've seen
Bills,
the Vikings. I've seen a bunch of different teams. If BTJ goes somewhere else, watch out. Like, so if that 27 second is mid to early, the BTJ side gets it done. But it's a weird situation, Snoog, with Rashee Rice. Like, I know what I'm going to be doing in Dynasty. I'm going to be buying everywhere because it's going to be pennies on the dollar soon, especially because he's going to miss training camp. He's going to miss OTAs. His value is going to dip. I had about 7 guys that are in Smash Leagues offer me a second for him, and I was like, God, just get out of here. Like, we're not doing it for a second. But any 27 first, I would sell Rashee. This has to be mid to early for me to get BTJ.
I agree. I think I'm sure he's going to make one of our next shows at some point of Dynasty buys. So I think he's a guy that you got to buy. And if not BTJ, it's got to be an early 27-2 on top.
This is interesting here. Yeah, same exact trade here for Bo Daniels, but now it's Zay instead of BTJ, Dad. Does it change anything?
Why do I want Zay, though?
Yeah, I mean, I have Zay.
I want Zay. I want Zay here, but I mean, I have Zay slightly over BTJ, which sounds crazy, but Zay Flowers just graduated college. The next day, he's out on the field looking great. I mean, like, I'm in on Zay Flowers.
He's putting up 1,300 this year.
I think you're. I think he's really, kind of fulfilling the prophecy of being the next like Tyreek Hill type player in the NFL, and I think he's going to have a phenomenal year. So I actually want the Zay Flowers. I wish that was a 27 second. But I think you're fine with that.
All right. W. Dottie, sorry for mispronouncing that. Appreciate the super chat. He said, ready for another great show. Let's go Smash 24. Love that.
Dude, you know what I love about this, Brock, is he just made this. Like, he just made a new AVI. Like, we have so many guys that are coming on and jumping on the show that, like,
it's clean.
I love looking at it. And he just, some of the guys are making their own brand because they're on here so often. I mean, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, this one, again, Dynasty GM here. Appreciate you coming on through. 10-team, CD or T in a 27 first, Dad. What do you think?
Lamb all day long. The 10-team does make it a little bit different as far as that 27 first is concerned. 10-team, I always want my studs. But Snoog, late, it's Lamb. Mid, it's Lamb. Early, it's T. I mean, those are kind of deals I like to make because then you cut out. As long as this isn't 103 or 104 or better, then it's the CD Lamb side for me. And when you have deals like that and you start to think about those 27 first, you really got to start to see where you're going to be at. And, that's how I look at that particular trade. Snoog, any difference?
No, I love it. I love that we have a buy window on CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson right now. I've been loading up on these guys. I think I have CD in like 10 Dynasty leagues now. So keep buying. If people are selling, you buy.
Dude, if they're talking about trading Pickens to the Saints, CD's going to bounce back up. And I love all these trades. I love all the opportunity. Shout out real quick, patreon.com/smash accept underneath. It's been our best month to date. You guys are jumping in there. You're getting your rookie content. You're getting your trade content. We're here to put you guys up to that next level. Snoog, I went to work and I got done and I had 94 DMs and I'm like, all right, let's kick this thing off.
Second shift. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, all right, well, that's why I need these bad boys. You know what I mean? I got to have my C4 to make it up till 2 a.m. so we can, and then Wednesday's always date night. So, you got to get a little bit of rest in there. Work hard, play hard, boys. That's what we do.
Hell yeah. I think we skipped one there. Arvel Goat, if we can go back up for a second. Appreciate the super chat, Arvel. He said, one side, Purdy, a mid-27 first. Other side, a locked-in top 327 first. Tootin and a top 327 second. So that's the first trade. And then he also said, or just Price instead of Tootin in the second. So I guess we can address that first trade, Snoog, and then would you rather have Jadarian Price or Tootin in the second? What do you think?
Well, let's just call it this then. Let's just call it Purdy in a mid-27 first or Price in a top 327 first. Because that's there's no way you'd prefer Tootin in the second. So let's just do that, Snoop. Do you want a top 3 locked and loaded 27 first and Jadarian Price or Brock Purdy in the mid-27 first?
I'm going to gamble with that top 3 if it ends up being Jeremiah Smith. If it's Jeremiah Smith, it's worth more than that entire package on the left side, straight up. So,
I mean, yeah, that's why I say there's like a 2. If it's locked and loaded top 3, Arch and Jadarian Price will be worth more than Purdy in the mid first. I think that top 3 first is easily worth Purdy or better. And I think Jadarian Price is worth at mid-27 first. So fun trade, though. I like that one. Thank you for that. That kind of got me going a little bit.
Graybeard tiered with the next one. He said, best option to move Achane on a rebuild, tier and insulate, sell for receiver, 27 firsts. He's got something in his inbox right now. Tet straight up or Rashi in a late 28 first. Tough market. Help, Dad. What do we think?
I mean, I do prefer Tet over Achane, but once we start scoring points, I think you'll get a little bit more. Snook and I have been we've been doing a lot of insulation shows, and I think you can get Judkins in a first. I think you can get Hendo in a first. If you're sticking with the running backs, if you're going to wide receiver, I think you could still get. You might have to play around a little bit, but I mean, the guys Snook and I are going after in every single league is Tyson, Lemon, Igbuka, Tate. Try to get something there from the wide receiver side. I'm okay with Ted. If you can get a 27 second thrown in, because let's be honest, if you want to score points, you got to pay up for Achane. Rice in a 28 first at this point, no dice, not even considering it. I do think you have an opportunity to buy Rashee Rice, but I think what you're trying to do is buy Rashee Rice in a trade where you're literally disguising it for a second, where it's like 27 first and Rice for a guy that you would normally be paying a little bit more for. So those are the guys that I think you need to buy.
All right, Barrow 16 here with the next super chat. Thanks, Barrow. 12 team super flex 6-point passing, and we got the smash accept tight end premium 0.75. His receivers are London Rome, Cortland Sutton, and Juwan Jennings. He's asking Rome or Rashee Snoog. What do you think?
It's Rice for me. It's still Rice. I think
it is.
When you get to like Zay and Makai and Tyson and those guys, I'll take them. Yeah. But like, I'm gonna take Rice over like Smitty, T. Higgins, Rome, BTJ, Ladd, all those guys. I'm still taking.
Let's do it. Let's do it right now for everybody on the show, because this is fresh. This is hot off the press. I mean, I had him as wide receiver 11 between Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson. There's no way you can put him there. Tyson, you got to take him, right? Pickens, Wilson, Lemon, Burden, Igbuka, Olave, Nico. You can't take Rice over any of those guys now, right? So I'm going to start naming guys. You tell me Rice or the player. Ladd.
Rice.
Okay. I think I would take Ladd. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that's close. That's the line
Marv.
for me.
I think that's the line for me is Marv. I don't If I'm contending, I would take AJ Brown. But I think Marv, Rome, Zay. I think if you give me a second,
he's just over there cheesing when Marv's name gets dropped. That is crap.
I know.
Are we getting Ohio State Marv or like Arizona Cardinals?
No. I'm saying I need a second on top of those for the other guys, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. All right, Redrills are back with another one. 12-team rebuilding team. AJ Brown and Malik Willis, or an early 27 first down. What do you think?
And he put it. It's Red Rizzle. It's Red Rizzle. He put it right there.
I knew it.
I love it, man. Dude, that's awesome. Give me that early 27 first all day long. You're taking two possibly depreciating assets or volatile assets and buying an early 27 first.
All right, Thomas.
My apologies, Red Rizzle.
For the next one, said, love the content, guys. Thoughts on these moves I made? He traded Hurts and Brees for T-Law and the 103, and then also did Nico and Harvey for 102 to get Tate. So got T-Law, Tyson, and Tate out of these trades, Snoog. How are you breaking these down?
I like them both. I like Jalen Hurts a lot over Trevor Lawrence. Like, I know people have that really bad taste in their mouth with Jalen Hurts, but like, this dude's just a fantasy football point scoring machine. If he has a good year and doesn't have a down year, he'll probably outscore T-Law by 50 to 100 points. Like, realistically, if he can get back to 10 to 12 to 14 rushing TDs, which is it's inevitable. Like, it's going to happen, right? And I think Lemon coming in, Smith, Saquon, Stowers, they beat up that offense for a reason.
These two trades combined, I mean, you're giving up Hurts, Nico, and Brees and getting Lawrence, Tyson, and Tate. I'm with you, man. I mean, it's not a hard – I almost reached over for the cowbell. It's not quite there, but I think you won both of these, and especially when this looks a little bit different next year when you see – I think Hurts – and I'm one of the biggest Hurts guys there is, but, I mean, I think Lawrence is right there in value. I think I have them 11, 12. They're right there right next to each other. Brees, I think, is due for a bounce back, but Tyson's worth more than Brees. And then you killed it with the Tate one. I mean, I think being able to take a guy like Harvey just to get it done looks like you're trying to build towards a more longevity, and I always applaud that.
Yep. Chris with a fish here with the next super chat. Appreciate it, Chris. We got a 14-team start 10 super flex PPR full tight end premium contender, Rashi or Tyson.
A lot of words there, but it's Tyson all day. Great job, Chris. You know, like you just – I mean, I said before the trade I had them 11, 12. Getting it after the, Rice getting busted again, killed it.
Yep. Jaime here with the next super chat. He said, had a mistake in a trade sent Bucky for Singleton and a 27 fourth. It was first, but the commission didn't help and the guy didn't reverse it. Wow. And at the end, he got a mid 27 second. No, he was supposed to get Singleton in a first, and he misclicked, it sounds like, and he never got the first.
First off, this happens all the time in Smash leagues. It happens in all the leagues, to be honest. If you get trades that people don't, if the other guy won't reverse it, he's a bad manager. He's just trying to literally hold on to something and think this gives him a competitive edge. Guess what? No one's trading with you ever again. Like, literally, you make these kind of deals. I understand you have to have accountability for what you do, but shame on the commissioner for not trying to, as long as you, and I know Jaime, he's a great guy. As long as you say, hey guys, dude, that was a major mistake. That was not how it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be this, Can we flip this over? 9 times out of 10. And I mean, I never come out there. If it's done in 2 minutes, like a guy messaged me yesterday and he was like, I accidentally dropped this player instead of this player. It was supposed to be this. And I was playing with my son. No big deal, man. Just switch it up. We're all men here and women that are adults that are trying to play a game that we enjoy. Trying to take and put the screws to somebody or to that's not how it's done. That's not how you
woodshed.
Right. Like, what are you trying to do? You're not playing in a $10 million league. Like, you're playing you're building that camaraderie. You're building these relationships. Most of us play in $50 leagues. Like, what are you trying to do? I'm sorry. That kind of stuff bothers me because it's just not. It's not the way. It's not what we do at Smash Accept, and it's not how you should in your leagues either. I mean, if you are literally trying to rake a guy over the coals, or like Snoop said, take him behind the woodshed, I hope you lose. I hope you lose, man. Jaime, I'm sorry about that. Join more Smash leagues. I hope Jaime wins Smash Accept 24, and we can get him out. And just get him out of that league. You can leave tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, next one up here from Darth Twerk. Appreciate it, Darth. He said he traded T-Law for a 27 and 28 first and also a 28 second and a 10-team super flex. He didn't want to, but could turn it down. How much of a value win is it over doing the same trade in a 12-team?
In a 10-team, Lawrence is worth less and the picks are worth more because the picks are all going to be better. So, I mean, yeah, a 12-team, you're looking at totally different and settings matter. But Trevor Lawrence is worth much more in a 12 than he is a 10 because I think he's right around that 10 to 12 range. So he's either, in a 10-teamer, he's a QB2. In a 12-team, he's a QB1. That makes a huge difference.
You took him to the woodshed in a 10-teamer. In a 12-teamer, it's probably fair.
Snoop's taking everybody to the woodshed today.
Crazy. All right, and we are up to 32 super chats. I just peeped over, so eight more, Dad, and we'll be doing.
We're on pace to break some records here. If you go, that's like a super chat a minute.
All right, Mav here with the next super chat. He said Lemon fell to the 106, so he made a move for him. Sent Burden for Lemon in the 307, which turned out to be Beck. Would y'all have made that move, Snoop? Who do you prefer, Lemon or Burden?
I like Lemon better. I think he's a better player, better asset, less of a crowded room once AJ Brown gets traded. So I'm a big Burden guy, but I do think it's Loveland's offense. I think Burden over Rome, but I just don't like that they're all young and all tied to each other. Like at least Lemon is like the clear guy long term. It's Smitty's already 27, 28 years old. AJ Brown's out the door. So Lemon just has a much clearer path, and he was a way, 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 way better prospect in my opinion.
Yeah, I have Burden slightly over him, but I mean, I think this trade is perfectly fine. Right now, Carson Beck looks really good at camp, and Jacoby Brissett, I think he doesn't realize who he is, that he led the Cardinals to a 1-11 record. He's holding out. He's like sitting out of camp. I'm like, Jacoby Brissett, you've been a journeyman your whole year or your whole career. Like, you don't hit 40 and start holding out. I'm not holding out for my job. Here we are. Let's get it done. Show them what you can do.
I know the rest of the people in here are shaking in their boots because Doof is just pulling up with a super chat. We appreciate the super chat, Doof. He said, back from vacay for Trade Show Tuesday. Let's go. Dude, all right. Well, perfect timing.
I purposely did these backwards, but here's the super chat that was right above it.
Zohan's got a little Wemby chat rivalry going on with those two. He said, it's Trade Show Tuesday and it's my birthday. And I felt like I needed to treat myself to a good old-fashioned Doof blocker.
Dude, let's go, there you go. Hey,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, brother. And I read the old-fashioned in there, but I was
1 minute later, Doof comes in, so we might need to up the blocking system. Yeah.
Hans has literally finished second now in like every single time we do spin the wheel. So, he's definitely deserving there. He's got the Doof blocker in. Let's get it going.
All right. Ryan 000 here said, Rice thoughts. Happy birthday, Captain Ant-Man. Oh, is the NBA face. We were talking about Wemby Shea. He said Ant-Man is the face. But what do you think about we talked about Rice a little bit. Yeah,
they talked to Ant-Man during an interview, and they're like, "You were the face of the league," and he's like, "No, they got that Wembanyama kid over there."
Yeah,
I love Ant-Man. We talked a little bit about the Rice news. I mean, I love the player. I hate. You don't have to. I don't want to say I hate the person, but like you hate what he does, right? You don't appreciate that. I have kids. I don't want them looking up to them at that kind of role model. But the other thing that Snook and I preach all the time is, we're playing a game of fictitious players. We love the game, but at the same time, you got to be able to pick out. I own a profile of Rashee Rice. I don't own the player. I don't have to like what he does. Like so many times guys are like, "Oh, I want him off my team because he did this." I want him off my team because he did that. Oh, he's in jail again. I understand that. Nobody likes that, but at the same time, he's going to produce. So that's kind of my thing with Rashee Rice. Like Snook and I are always willing to take the risk on players. He's a supremely talented wide receiver, great out of the slot. I wish somebody would speak life into him and get in there and be able to really push him in the right direction. It happened, Tyreek Hill was in Kansas City, never really helped, and then he kind of went out and did his thing. And it's like you need somebody to come in there, be a veteran, show him the ropes, and just how to be a good man.
All right. Did Holy Smokes just switch up the profile pic mid-show?
He did.
What happened to the belt over the shoulder, Smokes? Now he's actually smoking. It matches with the name. I like it. He said, I've been trying to get Jamar for 3 weeks, 12-team Superflex contender. He's He's got a top 5 27 first, a late AF 27 first, Pickens, and he's also going to toss in either Nico or Makai. Other side is Jamar, AJ Brown, and Goff. All right, this is a lot to unpack here, Snoog. Top 5 first next year, a late first next year, Pickens, and then Nico or Lemon. So 4 assets on that side for Jamar, AJ Brown, and Goff.
Too rich for me.
But that one pick is late AF.
How are you canceling this out? I want to hear it.
So the way I'm looking at it is, I think
you take Lemon over Nico.
I definitely take Lemon over Nico. So I would be trading Nico. So I think I look at it like maybe it is there. Maybe the value is there for Chase, but it's basically like Nico for AJ Brown, and then it's like Goff probably is too expensive to add up to Nico, so it's probably like off by a second or two, and then it's like Pickens in a late first and a top 5 first for Chase, which is probably fair. I just don't love giving up 4 premium assets like that. Like, I mean, as a contender, I mean, Daddy, I'm assuming you're in this league, right? Or no? Oh no, Smash.
No.
Okay.
So Goff, let's just cancel out Goff in the late 27 first.
That's what I was thinking.
Make this. So that's like Pickens
and Nico and AJ Brown.
And Nico. Oh, hold on. Then it becomes a top 5 first or Pickens and
or Jamar.
Yeah. So I mean, I would not trade Jamar Chase for Pickens and Nico plus. But I think the top so like Pickens in the top 5 27 first, it becomes Nico versus AJ Brown. I would roll with what you have. Keep that insulation there. I mean, it's great to have it, but it's a matter. Take that late 27 first and just buy AJ Brown. Like Chase is going to cost you too much to kind of stay relevant and keep going, in my opinion.
All right, we got Bat Geta X here with the next super chat. He said, I have Genty, Achan, and Hampton. Should I trade any of them for a top receiver? Also have Neighbors and waiting with Waddle and JMO. So super strong at running back, not much at receiver. Daddy, just going to roll with that 3-headed monster or look to pivot off one of them?
So the amount of points that the running backs put up, I mean, Snoop talks about it all the time. These 3 guys all could put up 350 points. They could all put up well over 300 points pretty easily, knowing that you have Neighbors, Waddle, and JMO. I would like to get another one, but in this particular situation, go buy a Mike Evans cheap. Here's my new thing is like, go buy Stephon Diggs cheap. He's going to be a chief. You know, he's either going to be a chief or a commander and be worth something. Buy something a little bit cheap as a Band-Aid. But the only way I'm dealing any of these 3 is maybe I trade A-Chain for a London, a Tet, a Tate plus. But there's like a very small window. Like it's got to be elite young wide receivers that are worth the same thing.
All right, Mark here with the next one. I'm not even gonna try and
go to the trade.
Last name. He said,
go straight to the trade, and we'll reference the players because that's too long.
All right. He said main players I just traded: Neighbors and Javonte, and then 3rd, 4th for Herbert, Burden, and a 27-28 seconds. Dude, what do you think?
Ooh, I want the Herbert side if it's 12-team superflex, 6-point passing, but he has Stroud, Hurts, and Daniel. So in that case, like, give me Neighbors here. I think it fits your team build a little bit better. I think if you could drop one of those seconds, feel a lot better about it, or even just 2 for 2, because Herbert's pretty close to Neighbors market-wise, probably off by a few startup picks. And I think Burden's significantly more valuable than Javonte, at least from like a value perspective. So I think you're getting taking me on the woodshed there, but
no, but he already has Hurts, Daniels, and Stroud. I don't know if he needs Herbert at all here.
This was in the Discord. I said I would rather have the Neighbors side. Just because of the build.
Just because of the build, yeah.
But I also like to get pieces back. I like to get another wide receiver or another quarterback back somewhere in there, but he's absolutely loaded.
Yeah. Blake Taylor here with the next one. Appreciate it, Blake. He said a young team competing in 2027. His running backs are Genty, Judkins, and Tootin. Receivers, Tet, Burden, Igbuka, G. Willie, Tate, Tyson. Should he send a receiver for Hampton? If so, who? He's got 3 firsts and 4 seconds next year.
No, I would not, because what you're trying, if you got 3 firsts, what you're trying to do is you're trying to make your wide receiver 1 Jeremiah Smith. And the way you do that is not by buying more running backs. You know what I mean? It's by finding a way to create a void somewhere. So, I mean, I would literally be looking to try to trade Tootin and get another wide receiver, because what you try to do then is you have your max points for are all loaded up in wide receivers. So then you're starting to lose points every single week at the running back if it's max points for. If you're trying to make a trade straight up, I would trade out of these guys. Tate's the most even with Hampton, but I want all these wide receivers. I mean, I would trade Wilson maybe plus a little bit, but running backs are volatile. They're also the easiest to buy. So when you're, if you're waiting to compete until 2027, I don't see any reason to go buy Amarion Hampton today. Buy injured players when that happens. If Hampton goes down to injury, flip one of those wide receivers. Get those points off your team. Get the 101. You're going to be much happier with Jeremiah Smith when that happens.
All right. Mark Ortega with the next one here. He said 10-team Superflex, Love and Flowers, or Hampton Luther in a 3rd and 28, Snook. What do we think?
I'm cowbelling for Jeremiah Love and Zay Flowers here.
Yeah, I like that. Zay Flowers is very underrated. I mean, if you told me if Zay Flowers is going to outscore Luther Burden, even though Luther Burden is literally the talk of the town that everybody loves, I think Zay is going to outscore him.
All right. Next one here. I think he already asked that question.
Yeah,
if there's another one, we'll see it. All right. Ida Ditka. That profile picture is crazy. Yep. He said 12-team full PPR contender. Got one side, J-Mo, Tyler Warren, Chuba, late 27 first. Other side, Jefferson. Contending team, Dad. What do you think?
I want Jefferson. And Ida Ditka just got his roster review on the last episode. If you guys didn't know, we have them under our live section. We do roster reviews. Every time we get up to 7, Snook and I jump on. We're like, yo, hey, let's do another review show. We jump in and we pop it out and we go through. We grade your teams. If that's something you're interested in, we have it set up through the Patreon now. There will be other ways in the future, but we're super excited about that process. Snook, I mean, it's fair, right? But it's like that late first doesn't do much. I think it would have to be mid for me to move Jefferson there. Unless if you're buying J-Mo, Warren, Chuba and a first, you're not really contending anyways. Like J-Mo's just so much all over the board. Chuba's there. It's Jefferson for me.
If I can remember, he's buying Jefferson, and it's what we told him to do: get Lamb or Jefferson, because his team was loaded, and I think he had Bowers and Warren, if I'm remember correctly. Yeah. So he just had extra assets to go get an elite guy, which is what you should do.
It's one of those ones where if you put in a janky calculator, it's going to tell you that you lose, 4 quarters or like 5 quarters are worth $2, but that's just not how it is.
Yeah. All right, Jaime back again. He said, should I give the 202 and a mid 27 second for Rice? So two seconds for Rice, a 27 second and a mid second.
Oh, okay. I was thinking 27. No. Snoop, the 202, you're getting Bryant Wesco or TJ Moore, and then you add another 27 second there. I mean, it could be buying low, but it feels a little bit.
I'm doing it.
You do it?
I'd do it.
You take the right side.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to digest this a little bit more because I would sell him for any 27 first. And if I would sell him for any 27 first, the 202 is literally right there. It's not that far off in that mid 27 second, but oh man.
If I can get a guy that can score 18 points per game for a pair of seconds, I'll do it.
He might not score points from jail.
Yeah, he might be Josh Gordon, but
longest yard, get him on the team. All right, AJM McQuaid here with the next super chat. He said he's loaded at quarterback and receiver. He's got Jaden Herbert, JSN Tate, Ibuka, but he needs running backs bad with 227 firsts. Should he trade one for Scatabo, Dad? Would you trade a mid or a late 27 first for Scat?
Late. It has to be late. And I'm like, if it has any opportunity to be mid, I don't love it. But Scatabo was just, they just interviewed him. He said he's going to be ready to go by week 1. I believe him. I think that guy's like the Kool-Aid guy. He would run right through the wall. You know what I mean? No big deal. Oh, yeah. But like
he really is.
I'm fine with Scatabo there. I'm trying to avoid trading 27 first for running backs. I would rather buy somebody on the cheap end. Snook and I've been talking about buying Monongai and Krosky Merritt cheap everywhere, but late 27 first, no problem there as long as you are a true contender. and you got to really look at yourself in the mirror and be like, am I really a contender? We do that all the time in the Discord. So check it out.
All right. Merciless Misfit here next super chat. He said 12-team super flex start 9 contender. Wants to upgrade his RB2, which is currently Jacobs. Would you trade Burrow, T, and Jacobs for Hurts, Pickens, Chase Brown, Snoog? What do we think?
I want the Hurts side here. Burrow over Hurts, but it's close. Pickens over T, Chase Brown over Jacobs. Pickens over T by a lot. And Chase Brown over Jacobs by a lot. Hurts and Burrow probably score the same this year.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. Our Velgoat was asking that question earlier with the price 2 in situation, but asked, would a top 3 27 second and 2 in, would you still do it if you couldn't get price?
I'd rather Tootin. No, you'd rather Tootin in the 203 than Jadarian Price?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh no,
in 27.
I know. I was just getting excited about the 27.
That's probably gonna be better than Price alone.
Well, Dad, what do you think would have to be added to it? What do you think would have to be added to it to do it?
28 too. I would want one more in there, or like maybe someone like a Carson Beck or something with a little bit more upside. But I mean, it's close. But if he was willing to offer you Jadarian Price and then he's backing out and wants to do Tootin and a second, I don't like it as much.
3 though.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, but it doesn't get me going.
All right, Tyler Drope said back here with another one for y'all for the love of the game. Achane, Michael Wilson, and 2 late 27 firsts. Oof. Other side is Henderson, Jefferson, and Jonathan Brooks on a contending team. Dad, what do you think?
I'm keeping Achane there. That's so much capital. I mean, like Achane and Jefferson are really close. So like I think Achane and Wilson equals Jefferson. I'm not paying 2 late first for Hendo and Brooks. I'm just not. So I think I would look at this from a different angle as those late 27 firsts. If you have Devon Achane, who's going to be score the most points in this entire trade other than maybe Jefferson, I have Achane, then I take a 27 first and buy AJ Brown and buy another running back there. You could buy so much. I think Hendo could pop off, but I'm not. If Hendo was Hampton or Hendo was a guy that I knew was 100% going to put up the points, I think I would do it. But I'm holding on to the 27 first. Snoop.
Yeah, that one. It just feels a little bit rich here. If Brooks was like a 2 in, a Kyron Williams, just someone, Derrick Henry, someone in that like range, I would take it. But I don't know. I think Jefferson's significantly over Achane, and then it's just like it feels rich paying 2 firsts and Michael Wilson for Hendo. So that's where it's kind of throwing me off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. King Tomb here said, sup, fellas. He's asking Brees in a 27 third or Swift in a late 27 first. Dad, what do you think?
Oof. It's got to be mid for me to take Brees, I think.
I want Brees, but I do like I want Brees. I want Brees there. If it was mid, I would 100% agree with you and try to make the move. But
yeah,
give me Brees there. I think Brees Hall is going to actually have a really good season.
Me too.
All right. P-Spin asking weekly super for the boys. You both know I have the 101 and 102 now, and he already has 327 firsts. Should he try and use the 102 to acquire another 27 first, Snoog, or would you just stick and pick Tate there? What do you think?
Ooh, I would need more than just a single 27 first for me to move 102. So I'm picking Jeremiah Love and Carnell Tate. Both went top 4 in the draft, both, stud prospects. You have 3 27s as well. So you have a little bit of 26, a little bit of 27. I think that's the right way to do it. I love going all in on classes, but you never know, right? You want to have some assets. So it's good to dabble in a little bit of everything.
Yeah. And I mean, we love being called the boys right there. You guys, season finale of The Boys is coming up here. We got that
tomorrow.
We have some graphic guys working behind the scenes there, but that's the squad right there. That's actually see Homelander in the background with Vaught. Oh man, Mandy, you did a good job. All right, let's get that one off the screen there though.
All right, Bet Tega back here with another one. Said thoughts on Matthew Golden. He said he traded for him 2 days ago. Maybe he doesn't want to disclose what he paid, but Snoog Golden right now. How are you kind of viewing Green Bay? I know Dad's big on Kraft. How are you seeing that going on with Watson, Reed, the extension, and now Golden?
I think it's Tucker Kraft or bust. Honestly, I think that entire wide receiver core is just, if they're going to switch off, I don't think any of them are significantly better than others. I think Kraft is just a clear-cut guy.
Watson's the 2. Golden, it just like Jaden Reed's back healthy. It's Kraft.
I think Reed's
Kraft
better
is the
than
only
Golden.
guy you want.
All right, Notorious Bomb here. He said Allen, Ginty, Neighbors. Wait, Allen and Ginty on one side, Neighbors, Jaden, Pollard, and a 3 on the other side. Snoog, what do we think?
It's Allen and Ginty for me.
There you go. That's pretty good.
Arby's win championships.
Yeah, and I mean, I like it, but it's a little bit ballsy.
All right, Roland C here with the next one. Appreciate it, Roland. He said, thanks for all the what's QT?
Quality time.
The quality time in the
He's
DMs,
not calling
fellas.
you a cutie, bro.
And hashtag block doof. So we got 2.
No, I appreciate that. And what's really cool is like we were talking in the comment section today, in chat with Dad, and he was like, see you guys tonight. You know what I mean? It's part of that family atmosphere here where, we're 43 super chats in. We've only done 5 trade show questions. You guys are cranking in here because you guys want more trades. And that's what we talked about. With the reason this cowbell was purchased is you got a fever and the only prescription is more cowbell. We got to get them dynasty trades. Keep them coming.
You got a fever.
All right. Tyler Lawrence here with the next one. He said, love you guys. Contending team. Should he keep McBride and Henderson or trade them for Bowers and Bucky? He's got Gibbs, Scat, Tootin, Price, and Artius Fannin at tight end, 12-team super flex.
I'm keeping McBride because I think Hendo gives you so much more upside than Bucky. But I have no problem going with Bowers. Bowers could, break the internet. But McBride is just so stable. Bowers is the big one there. I think it really just depends on what you think of Hendo. I think Bucky, a lot of people are down on. Hendo could really pop off.
Yeah.
What are you doing on that one, Snoog? Keeping McBride and Henderson?
Probably because I think Hendo, Bucky, there's a big swing there value-wise. But Bowers is just going to smash McBride, in my opinion, long term. So
you could tell when Snoog doesn't love a trade. He just makes some grunting noise like
he leans back in the chair.
I know he disappears.
It just feels like one of those trades that you're just trading to trade. Like there's no benefit.
No need.
Yeah, there's no clear edge or win in that one. Just keep your guys. Mostly 12 here with the next one. He said Jaden Daniels for Dart and a mid-27 first. And then the other trade is Neighbors and James Cook for Bijan Burden. So, Dad, I throw that first one to you. Jaden or Dart in a mid-27 one.
Give me Dart.
All right, and then Snoog, Neighbors, Dart. James Cook, or Bijan Burden.
Hashtag always Bijan Robinson and hashtag always Jahmyr Gibbs.
I know the idea here is definitely to stack it back up. And I think, but it's still Bijan, but it's really close. Like if you're an all-in contender, Cook is going to put up top 5 numbers again, and Neighbors could be like that stack could be lethal. I would want another second thrown in, but I think I don't mind the Neighbors side, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, we got Nick Solikowski here with the next super chat. He said it traded London, Achane, and a 28 first for Puka, Scadaboo, and Travis Hunter. Dad, what do we think?
So I'm trying to break this one down here because I'm not buying Hunter anywhere. So I think the 28 first and Scadaboo are probably fair. I think I would prefer Scadaboo over the 28 first, but I prefer London and Achane over Puka. Hunter doesn't do much for me personally. I just maybe if BTJ gets traded, but I just don't see a path to relevance. I know Snoog is a big fan, but Snoog, are you taking the Puka side here?
Nah, I think you got to go with the London Achane side. I'm looking at it kind of like London.
If the first shouldn't be in there.
If Scat was Judkins or Henderson, I'd smash it. It just feels a little light with Scat there, although I do love Scat.
All right, Urban Grizzly here for the C4 fund.
Appreciate that, man. Hey, I need those.
It's the first time someone referenced that C4 fund in their super chat.
The guys in the Discord.
Tequila in it.
The guys in the Discord want me to make an entire channel to review them, and it's funny because at work tonight. Like I've totally like revamped our entire thing. Like our sales of C4 and Ghosts have gone up 500%. Not even joking about that number. But a guy came up to me and he's like, "Hey, brother." He's like, "You know anything about these energy drinks over here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know a thing or two. Let's see what we can do here." They keep me awake for the trade show.
I love that. Sage Kiengarski here at the next one. He said, Rice, AJ Brown, Kincaid, or Neighbors Craft and a half-point premium Snoop.
Yep. I'm not even gonna let you finish it. It's Neighbors Craft.
Hashtag always neighbors.
So good. Even before the Rice news.
How many players have an always?
The free craft.
Yeah, Snook's really taking it. Like it was always mine was always hashtag always Allen, but Snook's,
Allen.
He's just
yeah, now we got
Gibbs,
Jefferson, Bijan. Now it's always Neighbors.
Let's keep speaking of Shady Maple, here we go.
Next super chat coming through says a late 26-2. Should he trade it for Penix or just draft back Dad? What do you think?
Penix all day. I actually really like what I've been seeing from him. And I think, you put the do-rag on him, he's a different guy. You saw him at the wedding, he's balding, but the do-rag is looking good. He's got that swagger. I think he's going to have a good season.
All right, we're up to 47 trades, so we hit the benchmark for to give away a Smash Accept 24. We'll see if we can hit 50. We're at the top of the hour here, get through a couple more, and then pull up the wheel.
What's the record?
I don't know. I don't know. We kept on breaking it week after week after week there by the draft.
If we break 56, we'll give 2. That's fine, but that's not going to happen. So let's go.
All right. Mike Woodley here with the next super chat. TSC. Trade Show Tuesday. Love that. 112 and Scary Terry, or 106 and a 27-2 on a rebuild.
106. 106.
106 by a mile. All day. I've seen Lemon and Tyson fall to 106 too many times. If you're rebuilding, that's a dream. Even if it's just Darian Price, you can flip him.
Yep. All right, high class scumbag here. He said, "Peep the new image. I got the Jumpman pin. Love that." He's in Smash 23.
Yeah, I love that. That's so cool.
The caller there, he's got the little Jumpman pin. Love that. All right, we'll hit a few more of these trades, see if any more super chats roll in. If not, get the wheel up and running here. This one, trade 6 from Pharaohmon from TikTok, asking Luther or a mid to early 27-1. You agree, Dad, taking the first?
Mid Luther. Oh, it's mid to early? It's fair. Early you smash. It's got to be the mid to early. I was thinking mid to late.
Yeah. Big Fish Dog here with the next one. He's asking Wicks 203 and a 27-1 or Rome 208. Snoog, what do you think?
27-1 over Rome, 203 over 208. Free Don Davian Wicks.
All right. Glue Scap here with the next one. Jefferson or Rome BTJ Cousins Henry. Dad, what do you think?
He just had his. I think this is the one that we covered.
Hunter Henry. Not Derrick Henry.
I think I would take Justin Jefferson there. Gluescap just actually did his roster review, new to the Discord. Snoog, it was funny because we mentioned it. I was like, I haven't even talked to this guy, and he was like, "Wait, I'm allowed to message you?" I'm like, "That's the point of this, man. Like, get in here, let's talk." So I love it. Good trade there, Gluescap. Not that he didn't know that, but there's like a chat with Dad section, and then you guys can DM me whenever. Same with Snoog.
Yeah, I love that. Trade 9 here from George Money, submitted through Discord. He said, "Thank you for the review." He's asking at Dart, Judkins, or Walker, Brees Hall, Snoog. What do you think?
Dart and Judkins by a mile, Dad. Shake the cow.
That was we suggested something like that on the trade, and he's like, "Do I give up the running back zone?" I'm like, "Yes, absolutely."
All right, next one, James Davidson through YouTube's asking. We got a lot of Luther questions. Luther and a 27-1 and 28-1, or Jerry Love, Dad. What do we think?
Oh, I like it's Jerry Love, but this is Luther Burden. 2 firsts is just a 27 and a 28. As long as they're not both late, even if they're both late, you're going to get a haul. You can buy a running back.
Yeah. Robert Goodell here with the next one. He said, coming out of a startup, Lemon and a 27 first or Drake London. Snook, what do we think?
Give me Makai Lemon by a mile here.
Yeah, this was
insulation at its finest.
He said, I'm coming out of the startup. I want to buy a wide receiver upgrade. And I'm like, it's too much. I mean, it's just too much. London's great, but you're getting Lemon in that first. Just keep building it organically, especially because people want to rush coming out of the startup. They want to win immediately.
Yeah. J-Max here with the next one through Discord's asking Tyler Warren or Bucky and Kincaid. What do we think?
Tyler Warren's way too cheap. This is Tyler Warren by quite a bit. And I know Bucky's going to be fine. I think Kincaid's looking healthy, but Tyler Warren, everybody keeps trying to say Alec Pierce is going to break out. Downs is going to break out. The wide receiver 1 on this team is a tight end. And when that happens, that big things are coming down the pipeline for Tyler Warren.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. RSO9 here with the next one asking Warren and a 28 first, early 2 and 27, or Lemon a third and a mid to early 27 first, Snoog. What do we think on this?
Lemon by a mile for me. You get that mid to early 27 Lemon over Warren. Sign me up all day.
Oh, I'm not taking Lemon over Warren in the tight end premium though. I'm close, but I'm with you with the rest of the trade though.
All right, JD here asking full tight end premium, so 2 points per reception. Warren and Likely or Swift, Garrett Wilson, Snoog. What do you think?
Don't you do it? Don't you do it?
I'm taking Garrett Wilson.
No, full tight end premium, man. Full tight end premium. 2 points for every reception. There's zero chance that Tyler Warren.
The only thing with Warren that bothers me is he's a crapshoot if Daniel Jones is hurt, and Daniel Jones, 1, sucks, and 2 is coming off a torn Achilles. So I'm like juggling that. If I could just guarantee like a decent QB there, I would take Warren easily. Because
I like Likely over Swift in this format. So then it's
okay. I thought it was Garrett Wilson and Likely. Yeah, I guess you get 2 tight ends in this format.
Guys, let's get some more. We've got to get Snoog to start drinking these at nighttime. Going,
we're at 53 right now.
There we go.
All right, we got a few more.
He sees that part clearly.
Yeah, that part he can see. All right, trade 15 from Philly Boy Goober. He's asking Rome and a mid to late 27 first or Tet McMillan, Dad. What do you think?
Rome in a mid, but if it's Rome in a late, I don't like it. So it's like these are the ones where everybody keeps saying mid to late. Make sure it's mid, man. Because I mean, if it's late, I think it's Tet. But I think I was looking at Mike Clay's projections, and he has Rome projected to be the wide receiver 1 there, and even over Loveland. So I mean, some people are believing in it.
All right, Nathan Young here with the next one. He's asking Bucky 107 or Shuck 103, Snoog. What do we think on this?
Shuck all day. You get that 103 in there. Hell yeah.
I look at it as Shuck's worth the 107 and Bucky's nowhere close to the 103 anymore. 55 super chats. Woo.
People are coming out strong. They want to break that record. Two spots for Smash 24. Dad's in there all by himself. He needs some company. So
give me some.
Get a little Smash 24 menage a trois going. Trade 17 here. Troy Coleman here through Twitter's asking Tucker Kraft or BTJ in a 27 third. Dad, what do you think?
It's getting a little dirty in here with the menage talk, but also with Tucker Kraft. Anytime I see Tucker Kraft, we got to get him.
Yeah. Yep. Blockbuster alert. All right, boys. We got a big one here from Mesotron through the Discord. All right, let's see what we got here. We got CeeDee Lamb, Nico Collins in the 107. Other side, 104, 106, early 27-1, late 27-1, random 27-2. Snoog, what do we think here? What do we think on this blockbuster?
All right,
did you see him over here? He was like this.
I know he was scanning.
I think 106 and the 27-2 equals Nico. A 27 first and random 27-2 equals Nico. And then
how about you take Nico in the 104 and cancel out? I think that's fair.
Nico 104, cancel out. And then it's Lamb for this is the Lamb side by a mile for me. Lamb equals that early first plus late first, and then it's 107 for a 27-2.
I don't think 106 got canceled out in there.
Yeah. So it's Lamb in the 107 or the 106, early 27 first, late 27 first, random 27 second.
Ooh. If I'm rebuilding, I want the picks.
Yeah. Contending, you're fine on that on Lamb Nico side, but I think no matter what, I want that 104, 106. Good. I know.
Yeah. All right, next trade. We got 2 more here, and then we'll get back into the super chat mix from Nichelle asking Gibbs Godwin or Pickens Gadsden late 1 and 28-1. Still always Gibbs here, Snoog. What do you think?
The picks are late. It's always Gibbs.
All right, and then Brendan Smith here with the last one on the show sheet saying, love the show, fellas. Is this 2027 class perfect to rebuild? Thinking of selling Brees for a late 1 and Jefferson for Marv and another 27-1. Thoughts?
So you're right. This is the perfect class to rebuild. I think I would sell Brees for a mid first, but not a late. But you can do a late plus a second. I'm fine with Jefferson and Marv deal, though I don't like that. Needs to be mid to early. But you're on the right track. You know what I mean? And we do have a rebuild show. Literally, rebuilding is my specialty. If you guys, join the Patreon today. We will help break this down. This is something through the Discord I do on a daily basis. We discover, like, is your team a contender or a rebuilder? If it is a rebuilder, we give you the clear direction. We give you the trades to get it done. We do roster reviews on paper. Honestly, we do it all for you. We got you covered.
Oh, yeah. All right. We got some more super chats rolling in. He said,
Swavey.
Swavey, I went in on Smash 24. Good luck on the wheel there, brother. Next one is from Tyler Tahar. Sorry if I butchered that, Tyler. Appreciate the super chat. He said, let's hear your best dad joke. Does dad have dad jokes?
No, I'm a pun kind of guy. You know what I mean? I would like reference movies and like that's my jam. Snoog, you got a dad joke over there?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of one, but
I'll get one here by the end of the show. I'll get one by the end of the show. I promise. We'll get it going here.
All right, we'll get a joke for you, Tyler. And then Red Rizzle here back with another one saying 12-team rebuild. Should he trade AJ Brown, Jordan Tyson, and 2 27-2s for Malik Neighbors? Snoop, what do you think?
Oh, yes. 2 27-2s, not ones. Yeah, I'll take Neighbors all day there. Get that foundational elite level asset.
This is horrible. But I asked good old, I was like, give me a fantasy football pun here. Why did the Dynasty manager become a dad? Because he spent 9 months rebuilding. ChatGPT struggling. They're struggling here, but that wasn't bad.
That's actually a good one. All right, and then Tifi Baco there. I think we skipped his super chat just a little bit above. Just to go over that one real quick. He said May, Dart, Neighbors, T-Mac, Igbuka, Wilson, and Bowers is his team, and he just got love with the 101. And he just corrected himself. 7-20-27 first next year. Too late, 4 early to mid. Trust the process. That's a juggernaut there.
Dude, I love that. And I love that He-Man toy for the AVI there. That's absolutely perfect.
All right. And then Marco Ateco.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll get back this one. Sorry about that, Tifi. Glad we could have covered that for you. 10-team Superflex. Hampton, Luther, 2027 early second. Or Zay, Jeremiah Love. And he added a 2027 second instead of 2028 third.
Yeah, give me Zay. Yeah, give me Jeremiah Love and Zay here. I think this is a pretty clear one. I like that. That one's definitely right down the alley of the Snoog and I've been going for.
Does it change for you, Dad, that it's a 10-team early 27 second? So it's kind of like that 111, 112.
Yeah, but I mean, you're getting Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, I think Hampton, it would need to be a late 27 first.
Love Flowers equals Hampton Burden pretty darn close, but you're getting a 27 second. You're getting the better prospect, and you're probably getting more points.
Yeah. All right, Bathroom Badass here with the $20 super chat. Appreciate it, Badass. He said 10-team super flex, start 11. He's got all his team there. We'll cover it. Kyler, Tua, McCarthy, Brissett, running backs, Hampton, Love, Cook, receivers, Pickens, Olave, Buka, Addison, and then Loveland at tight end. Nice picks for next year, 327 first and 3 seconds. He got offered 2 seconds for Shuck. He was the winner of the toilet bowl, gets the 101. So he's looking to draft Smith. So he does need points down the line, which is an interesting concept. He needs to win.
I would want Shuck. I would want Shuck because this is more that FFPC format or guys that win in the toilet bowl. You can't sell everything. And Snoog and I always talk about when we do this, we're like, sell off this position and build. But you don't have 2 quarterbacks that are going to make it the whole way throughout the season. So going in with Kyler and Shuck, I'm perfectly fine. Tua, McCarthy, Brissett, if you told me none of those start by week 6, I would believe you. So I would smash the Shuck side. Even though you're rebuilding, it's still the best way to do it. And you're getting a guy that's worth arguably a mid first. That's a great trade there.
Yeah, that's just a good deal in general, regardless of team construction and format there. Graybeard's here with the next one, said smash scoring. He's got Bowers, McBride, Pitts. Wow, he's loaded. Should he give up McBride for Genty plus Snoog? What do you think?
Yeah, give me Genty there. If you can get like a 27-2 or an asset that's a veteran that can help you contend, like a Devontae Adams, a George Kittle, someone of that caliber, all day here. I think Genty's due for a massive, massive, massive season in 2026.
Smash scoring, I'd rather trade Pitts for like ETN or something, that's going to do McBride and Bowers in a 0.75 tight end premium. They literally trump everything. Like I think McBride in that format scored 450 fantasy points last year. If you have both of those guys, trade Pitts for a running back and then get yourself something. Because, I mean, you can buy ETN, you can buy Scatabo, you could buy Kyron, you could buy Jacobs. I think that's more of the play there. But even just getting a cheap running back and rolling out all three of those guys as your double flex, you're going to kill people, man.
Yeah. All right. Ryan Biting here with the next super chat. He said 12-team tight end premium trade, 3 2027 early to mid firsts, 5 2028 firsts, and 2 2028 seconds. So 8 firsts, 2 seconds. Got back Neighbors, Igbuka, Ted Hurst, ETN, Hendo, Concepcion, Mahomes, Purdy, and Warren. This is absurd.
I saw this one I almost put this one on the show, but I'm like, it's so much.
It just feels like the players. It's just the players.
But it's 8 firsts, man. That's crazy. I mean, like, this is what we talk about when you build it out so you can build it up. I mean, he must have built this thing out so he owned every pick in the league, and you're really coming in there. 3 early 27 firsts, early to mid is like neighbor. We'll call that neighbors in one of the wide receivers, but then you're getting 5 mid 28 firsts to buy Igbuka, ETN, Hendo, Casey, Mahomes, Purdy. Like, it's the players, but it's Warren. Like it's so much capital.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. The players by a mile, honestly.
Yeah, that one's not close.
But I've never seen a trade with 8 firsts involved in it. Yeah. I've never seen it. That's crazy. Like, it's an instant team, and the other guy goes into instant rebuild. Like, it's so weird.
Notorious Bomb here said, let's get the record. I need into Smash 24. Nick Mancini, appreciate the super chat, but we're on to Smash 24, brother, and I hope you get into that. And then the Regulator here said he likes Sorsby, or he's like Sorsby because he likes to gamble. Love that one. Jaime back in. He even said just for another chance, Smash 24. Appreciate it, Jaime. And then O'Daniel said traded Jamar Montgomery for Neighbors Pierce 105 Lemon. Well done. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. Give me the Neighbors side. Also, round of applause for Snoog being able to keep up with the wheel. I was giving him a hard time about that, but keeping up the wheel there, honestly, to get 60 super chats in there is absolute bonkers. Perfect timing. Let's do that. Snoog, we got to give. Oh, wait. Number 61 just came in there at the very last
Snoog,
second.
you already had 61 in there. Did you just add that?
It's because StreamYard's always behind 1.
All right.
It always shows less than there is.
Hey, Ryan, and in the comments, let me know which was a better dad joke there. But I can't take credit for mine, but dad joke said a caddy looks at his golfer and says, "Want your driver?" The driver looks at the caddy and says, "No, not my type." Not a dad joke, but the best he's got. All right. Hey, that's got to get you some bonus points in there. I mean, there's so many people we were talking about that he's dropping the dad jokes. Jaime needs a new league. Hans comes in second every time. We're going to give away 2 of them. Let's do it. And this is the longest show in trade show history. But I'm glad you guys stuck through if you got to the end. Let's hit it up. 2 spots in Smash Accept 24. Let's do it.
All those blockers just for Duke to come in and win the first one. Let's roll.
No. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. There's so many names on that wheel.
Urban Grizzly.
Urban Grizzly. Was he the one that just low-key just put it on there for me because it was like we'll go up to it. Was he the guy that just said the C4 thing?
I don't know.
He did for the C4 fund. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's how you do it. Guys, I swear that's not bribery. You know what I mean? He's just jumping in there. He knows the game. Imagine just dropping $5 and saying, "Hey, thanks. Get a C4," and then boom, Smash Accept 24. Another bar right there.
Let's go. Let's see who the next person is that win.
E-Rock, okay. Yeah, I'm there are so many names on that wheel right now, and I don't want to admit to it, but I may have to get some readers out to be able to read some of these and get my old school reading glasses. I'm not there yet, but still. All right, let's give away what do we got? That's both of those. So now we're gonna do
3
rookie guides, three rookies guides, 2 rookie guides and VIP, and then 1 just regular VIP. So let's do the rookie guides with the VIP.
All right, and as always, if you do win these giveaways, guys, DM Dad, DM Snoog on Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, you can leave a comment on YouTube.
Hey, the BMB.
Notorious. I hope he doesn't already have it because he's one of the best guys in the Discord. We literally talk all the time.
Not sure if he
and I know he's always saying, "Yo, let's get the record. I need to be in Smash 24."
Yeah.
Arvel, all right. Let's go. I think he's new. He's been on the show the last couple of times, but I don't think he's in the Discord yet.
Cool.
And then we got one more.
Just one VIP.
Yep. One straight up VIP.
Oh, Daniels.
All right. Guys, this has been a fun show. You know, we really appreciate you guys stopping in and, you know, hanging out with the boys on a Tuesday night. So, hey, enjoy that finale. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the process, guys.